Hello everybody, how is it going? So today, more tournament gameplay. We have Yamato versus Sakazuki. Yamato is going first. We'll probably see the hands in a second, but we can kind of see them now. But I know they'll pan to the hands, so we'll go over them then. But OP05 is today. Quickly, Yamato's hand. Onami, Inuarashi, Izo, Hiyori, who's just a 2K counter, I assume, and Punk Gibson. Word. But yeah, OP05 is today. I know a lot of people have gotten boxes early. I know there's been pre-releases. I don't think I've made it into any pre-release, which is unfortunate, but it's all good. Excited. New formats here. That's awesome. Curious when we're getting the ban list. If we're getting this ban list, would be nice to know, but we'll see, I guess. Hopefully we will eventually see Sakazuki's hand. We're getting a very long glance at Yamato's hand. These are some cards. Like, the cards are here. How are you guys doing? Hope splendid. Here's Sakazuki's hand. We have Tsuru, Virgo, Borsalino, Tashigi, and Helmeppo. Helmeppo, I think, being a bit more popular in this in OP06 just because of Gecko. It's kind of just a one-of that with either Gecko or Sakazuki. You cycle through your deck a lot, he'll probably end up in the trash, and then you feel good because when you Gecko, you can bring back like Lucci and him. He minuses something by 3. You know, it works pretty well. So, anyways, should be the start of the match. Yamato's going first. Doubt they're gonna play anything because they have no 1-drop, so shouldn't be anything. Sakazuki will probably do some searching. Probably cycle out that Helmeppo. Sounds good. And, yeah. Alright. Hopping in. 1 on. Pass. Let's go. Let's see what Sakazuki draws. Picks up another Tashigi. Okay. So we have 2 cards to play this turn. Plus our leader effect. Gonna play one of the Tashigis. Look at top 5. Looking like either a Houndblaze or a Great Eruption, most likely. Could take, I think the last card is Ice Age, but yeah, no. Going with the Houndblaze. That card's pretty good. I'm not sure exactly what version Yamato's playing. I'm assuming a more just pure Wano version is what it's looking like. With some Punk Gibsons, because that card is pretty good. Has a good trigger. Just good defense. Sakazuki playing down the second Tashigi. Already has a Borsalino, could just pick up the Hina to cycle it next turn, or could just grab a second Houndblaze. I don't know how much you need Houndblaze in the Yamato matchup. I guess he wouldn't really know either what version the Yamato is on, so I guess it's kind of hard to call, but picking up the Hina, which I think is fine, because you'll have a guaranteed cycle for this turn and next turn. He definitely could have cycled, I guess, the Hina first, just so he has the 1k counter in the Helmeppo, but might not end up mattering too much. Also, he cycles into a brand new, which we'll probably get down next turn. Yamato swinging 8. He does have 2 2Ks. Could counter this and then play the Borsalino next turn, but is going to opt to take this one, which is, I mean, it's fair. It's fair. It's like a little bit scary, but you know you'll have the blocker next turn, so it's not all that bad. Going up to 4 Dawn, attacking for 5 with Sakazuki, his leader. Yamato will take. All the Wano triggers are active, which is very good, you know, kind of enabling them by just Sakazuki taking that first hit. He's going to cycle out a Murakumo, pick up an Ice Age, get down that Borsalino, and pass it back. Honestly, Yamato doesn't have the best plays for this turn. Could just play down an Onami if they wanted to, force out some counter. But I think even without the Onami, they're definitely countering out of leader attack. Okay, I like this. Playing the Izo, tapping the Borsalino, at least like ripping 2 cards here is pretty good. Not going to be 2 2Ks, but that's fine. Just any amount of cards out of hand is good. So it looks like he's going to counter with the brand new and the Virgo. And Yamato will pass. Also, Izo and like these 3K bodies like Onami are pretty nice in Yamato because it feels a little bit bad for your opponent to remove them. But then they also become very easy swingers, just for like at least 5, because of Yamato's leader effect. So, kind of playing down an Izo or an Onami here kind of does have a little bit more value than normal, I guess. But Sakazuki on 6 Dawn Curious if he bothers answering this Izo. I kind of assume he will. Could definitely just like Hound Blaze it. Swing with one of the Tashigis. Doesn't sound bad. Is going to start off with 5 with leader, reducing Izo by 1. This will probably be countered out of, I imagine, probably with one of the Onamis. Or not. Fair enough. Looking for a trigger. Does not hit one. Looks like he got a Hiyori. More counter. So yep, is going to Hound Blaze the Izo, boosting up a Tashigi. So he can technically swing with everything if he wants to. Probably won't swing with the Borsalino, but can swing with the other Tashigi as well. Also could just like get down a Hina just for more pressure, which I mean, I don't hate, you know, their board is cleared, but then that also doesn't let you swing with the other Tashigi, but that might be fine. I'm kind of curious what he wants to do here, either getting down, you know, another body in the Hina, or just getting 2 attacks in, or 2 more attacks in this turn. Yamato will counter for 1 out of the 5k, not bad. I think, did Sakazuki cycle yet? I'm not sure if he did. He might have at the start of his turn. So Sakazuki opting to go forward on the other Tashigi, not valuing getting down that Hina, which I guess is fair. You know, I guess at least you get a 2k there. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I might have just taken that time to get down that Hina, just to have either, you know, a body to fight back on board, or, you know, just go wider at life. To be completely fair, at this point in the game, Yamato's probably either just swinging big or playing down like a Hody. So I guess, you know, Hina isn't really helping on fighting back at a Hody. Also saving that, you know, to like play it down, attack with leader that would put Hody at a 2 cost, which gets removed by pretty much every removal card in Sakazuki. So probably, you know, better to hold it, honestly. You know, fair enough, good play. Yamato this turn, not a ton of great plays. Could hard play, you know, like a Nekomamushi or an Inarashi, but I mean, doesn't sound the best. Just gonna go 8 at the life. Maybe it has 2 Punk Gibsons. Probably will just leave 4 up for the Punk Gibsons. We'll be able to tap the Borsalino, which is pretty good. I'm curious if Sakazuki plays around it by either just swinging with the Borsalino or not attacking. I imagine he's definitely going to attack though, so maybe just ending up attacking with the Borsalino could be good. Also, the Borsalino could just go this turn. I like kind of doubt it. I think you just drop 2 2Ks here. The rest of his hand is non-counter though, so that is pretty scary, honestly. But obviously, we'll have 2 draws to kind of find some more next turn. And you'd still have the blocker, but then again, do you want to risk the blocker getting tapped? It might be best to just block this, which sounds crazy, but I think, yeah, it is the best call. And he does end up doing that. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, Yamato will just pass, right? Unless they want to... Okay, he's going to play down the Hiyori. That's fair. Guarantee get a trigger from life, which is definitely nice. Takes his bottom life. Looks like it was a cracker. Kind of unfortunate to take that out of your life, but it's all good. Maybe your other life is just as good as the cracker. He's going to stack the Nekomamushi and pass it back, leaving 2 up for the Punk Gibson, which currently is not going to get a ton of value, but if they misplay and like play a blocker or a body before attacking, you know, you will be able to tap it. Could obviously just tap it to Shigi if they decide to swing with both of them. So we'll see how it goes down. Honestly, Sakazuki doesn't have that many great plays this turn. He's really going to have to hope to find some blockers. You know, just cycle out maybe the Ice Age or the Murakumo or a Hina. Just really got to look for a blocker here. Just going to go 5 with leader. And it looks like Yamato will counter out of that with the cracker. Fair enough. Okay, Sakazuki is going to swing 5 with one of the Tashigis. That could be countered out as well, honestly, unless Yamato just wants to get the Nekomamushi out. You know, it's pretty unlikely they'll attack with the other one because they want to get some defense down. So you maybe just take this one, and like if they have their removal for it, it's like, yeah, unfortunate. But if not, you just don't get the trigger at all. So yeah, probably worth taking it. Gets down the Nekomamushi, and now Sakazuki can go like Hina into like the Murakumo or the Houndblaze. If he Houndblazes, he can also swing with the other Toshigi, which could be pretty good. Could also be punished if that last card is also a trigger and Yamato just decides to risk it and take that attack. So that is something to consider, because, you know, yellow is yellow. Got to be a little bit aware of it. Sakazuki will cycle out of a Hina. This was his 8th on turn, and picking up a Gecko there, that would have bought back your Borsalino. So I think definitely should have probably started his turn by cycling. You know, to be fair, you wouldn't have been able to answer the Nekomamushi if you wanted to play out the blocker. I'm not sure if he has a Lucci engrave. It kind of doesn't look like he does, so yeah, if you went with the attack for 5 and then just Gecko route, you would have to deal with the Nekomamushi being on board. But that might not be the worst. I don't know. It's you still get a blocker down, you get a really big body. Could very easily help you close out the game. So that might have been a misplay not cycling first. Sakazuki's going to tap 3, play down the Hina, and then 2 more for the Houndblaze, bottoming the Nekomamushi and boosting up the other Toshigi, going 5 again. I kind of imagine Yamato will counter. Could risk it and just try to get another Wano trigger, which is scary to do, but you know, you could do it. It is an option they have. I doubt it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, is going to counter out with a 1k. Yeah, that is definitely the safer route. Probably not worth the gamble. But, like, imagine, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if that was a trigger, and then you could just go for game? Draws a Cracker for turn. Not really doing anything right now. Honestly, it's probably just leave 4 Dawn up for the Punk Gibsons again, and just try to live. Definitely try to put him down to 0. Could play the Onami and then attack very big. Is on, I believe, 9 Dawn. Should be 9 Dawn. So play Onami, you still have 7. You'd be able to attack with 8 for leader. It's not the best, but it ripped the rest of the counter out of their hand. So there is that. Unless you want to just leave 1 Punk Gibson up, which is kind of scary. I don't know. We'll see what he ends up wanting to do. Is going to tap 2, play down the Onami. Could potentially like swing with the Hiyori, which is kind of funny, but like if you just want to clear a Toshigi, it's just leader effect, and you know, clear a Toshigi. It's not bad. Sakazuki does have the counter power to get out of this 8k, and it's banished, so I think it's very likely you take that counter, because going down to 0 for fun and losing both those life doesn't sound the best. It puts you on, you know, go for a game next turn, but I mean, does it? It probably does. It probably does. I don't know. I think no matter what here, just because of the banish, like, okay, he does end up taking it, but I think even if he countered out of it, isn't he just in the worst spot? Like, he dropped both his 2Ks. Yamato could clear a body with the Hiyori. Still could have done it that turn, but I guess just didn't want to. I mean, I don't know. I forget about it all the time, so I'm not even going to criticize, but, you know, from an outside perspective looking in, it's just like a little thing that, like, maybe it'll end up mattering, but probably not. Does have pretty much a ton of counter right now, because it has everything active for the 2 Punk Gibsons, which will end up just tapping, you know, either any of Sakazuki's characters, and it's probably worth even tapping the 1 cost just because they could attack, and you only have 4 cards in hand, 1 life, so. Sakazuki going 3 Dawn on the Hina, and that'll definitely be met with a Punk Gibson. We'll tap one of the Toshigis. Yeah, I guess, I mean, going 8 there, it definitely tells you if they have the events or not, you know, because of, if you go 8, they're 100% using that 2-cost Punk Gibson, or any other event they could potentially be, you know, having their deck. Is going to leader effect, cycle out the Hina, pick up a Hina. Very good, very good. Yeah, I mean, Sakazuki just has to figure out how to go for game. He's going to go, how many Dawn was that? Hold on. 5 Dawn on Tashigi, attack for 7. As the Yamato player, you might as well just take that to assure they'll go for game. I mean, Sakazuki doesn't play any 2-cost blockers, so it's not like it's gonna really matter. Hey, he had another cracker in life. That's funny. And he obviously will trigger it. Still has 5k worth of counter in hand, and it's just a 7k coming from Sakazuki, which will be Punk Gibsoned. And yeah, this should be a pretty simple go for game. Just all Dawn on, go all Dawn on the Hiyori for fun. I think that's the best play. No, that's no fun. Okay, Amaru boost up cracker, sure. Nah. Should have boosted up Hiyori, and then the rest on Hiyori. Is there any way that's a throw? Probably not. You know, whatever. It's fine. He did the right play. Regardless, yeah, that's the game. I love Yamato. We love Yamato. I hope you guys are enjoying OP05 so far. I know that this is probably dropping during the day, but if you go to locals or you've already been to pre-release, yeah, hope you're having fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.